So you've all come.
We have been waiting for you.
Reset!
We're up against the maid and the strongest Jaeger, huh? Oof. Talk about a killer combo.
It won't be easy, but we have to defeat them. It's the only way we can save them and Fairy.
Is something the matter, Van?
Nah, just had a random thought. I think Reset is aware that something's up.
Really? Is that true?
Astute as always, Mr. Arkwright. I still believe you and your assistants to be the last of Almada's collaborators. After I returned from my transfer, they took you all in. I know that for a fact. There isn't the slightest discrepancy in my cognition. And yet, I cannot shake the feeling that something is very wrong. And I have had that feeling for a long while now.
Does that mean...
Yeah, she probably suspected something was off from the very beginning. But she lacked any decisive proof. Am I right?
Ah, so you picked up on all that too, huh? The thought first popped into my head after you ambushed us in the subway tunnels.
I honestly didn't believe you would show up here. But alas, I'm afraid this is checkmate.
There was a trace of melancholy on your face. The fact that we were there confirmed your doubts, didn't it?
You saw that we were going to a lot of trouble to make our way over to the dancers. And that's when it hit you. You realized then there was a good chance you were all being controlled.
If that's really true, then why? Why didn't you stop and confirm your suspicions?
That would have been impossible, I'm afraid. From the very start, I've had no grasp on what was true or what was false.
What do you...
This body, and all of the senses that come with it, are fabricated. The signals that are sent to my brain, and the memories that are stored there, can in fact be altered. All that to say, I am quite vulnerable to deception.
Reset... I'm...
Do you seriously think we'd pull something like that?
I did hear that your brain and nervous system are all that remains of your original body. It's no small wonder you're experiencing fluctuations in the perception of your identity.
Then it may be impossible to reach a peaceful resolution with reason alone. Regardless, I'm amazed she intuited that something was wrong. But I assume that's because so much of her body is artificial.
Your assumption is correct. In a world rife with uncertainties, there is only one way to dispel them beyond a shadow of a doubt. A test of metal. Show me that your words are the truth, and nothing but.
Reset.
Fine. If this is the only way, then we'll happily oblige.
I shall join her as your examiner.
Finally opened your mouth, I was wondering when you'd speak up.
Kinda seemed like you had some doubts of your own. Guessing you weren't in the mood to talk things out. I'm afraid words alone cannot settle this. I will give you passing marks for your reasoning, but the true evaluation has yet to begin. Now show me your strength. Arkwright Solutions, don't disappoint me!
Bring it on, jackass! Get ready for the thrashing of the century!
Watch yourselves, everyone. They've received a boost from the corrosion.
Part of their awareness has returned. All we need to do now is give them one last push.
These memories. I remember now. I've been with you all this time.
Reset!
Hell yeah! About time!
Up until now, I had thought everything that transpired was nothing more than a fleeting dream. Few of these pleasant, precious memories had flashed before my eyes, but I believed them to be merely fictitious. And after all, this is nothing more than a fake body. I reasoned they were illusions generated by false signals.
Well, they weren't. All those things really happened. That body may be artificial, but you yourself are the furthest thing from being a fake. You say you can't tell what's true and what's false. So we'll help you see the truth that's staring you in the face. You belong with us.
Right. I, Reset Twinings, will now resume my duties as a member of Arkwright Solutions.
Reset!
Thank goodness. I'm so happy you're back.
I'm truly sorry for all the trouble I caused.
You better be. A supermaid like you is supposed to be cleaning up after us, not the other way around.
Hey, cut her some slack. It wasn't her fault.
I'm just glad it all worked out.
Now then. There's only one thing left to do.
Oh? Are you finally going to make your move?
Could it be...
Oh, don't tell me.
Indeed, his words and actions were subtly considerate of myself and Miss Al-Fayed. Where I had partially noticed the truth, he was likely far more conscious.
Holy shit! He burned his corrosion to a damn crisp!
So this is his power. That's a technique that involves drawing the breath of the goddess into your body. I never thought it could be used for something like this, however. So you still had more power left in the tank. I really don't like it when my opponent holds back on me.
Wait, pump the brakes. I want to get something straight here. Not only have you been aware of what's been going on, but you could have destroyed that thing anytime you wanted.
What? Is that true?
It can't be, can it? I mean, if you knew you had it, why wouldn't you want to destroy it the first chance you got?
You called it the corrosion, yes? I did indeed recognize that something was coiling around my body. I even understood that it was influencing my actions. However, if I had acted impetuously, the chance to return Farida and everyone else to normal could have been lost forever. That was my assessment of the situation, and I acted accordingly.
His reasoning sounds logical to me.
This guy is inhuman! Wait, hang on! That's total bullshit! I'm not buying that for a second!
I knew something was up when he was saying crap like passing marks. And then there was that vague-ass hint. Your eyes were clouded. And thus, you chose a doomed course. I will give you passing marks for your reasoning, but the true evaluation has yet to begin.
He was merely trying to mitigate the situation and guide us all to this point. In order to fool the enemy, he let the corrosion lead him by the nose for a while. Marduk's chief of security is as capable as always.
Capable doesn't even begin to describe him.
He's finally taking action now that he's found a way to save his sister. That part, at least, is very easy to understand.
It must have been unbearable for him to see her in that state. Her feelings were slowly, yet surely being corroded.
Reset! Are you alright?
You're spent, aren't you? Why don't you sit this one out? We'll get Fairy back while you catch your breath.
You can leave it to us!
My apologies, everyone. I had hoped that I could return to work at once.
I will look after Miss Twinings. In exchange, you must save Farida. You're the only ones who can bring her old self back.
That goes without saying!
Thanks, man. We'll leave Reset to you.
Alrighty, let's go rescue your little friend.
This place... it's... What's happening to me? Fairy! Stay back! Stay away from me! You can't fool me! I know who you are! You're the last of Almada's collaborators! I will take you down! That way, she can finally rest in peace.
Fairy.
She's extremely unstable.
The rewrite is wavering. She's in a delicate state right now.
If we don't act quick, this entire space could crumble in on itself.
What a pain in my ass! Listen up, Fairy, because I'm only gonna ask this once. Is this really what you want? Is going back to being a warrior worth throwing everything away? Huh?
What do I want to do? No, I know what I want. To become a mighty warrior. But I couldn't save Ida.
I know you've got a lot on your mind. You're still figuring out whether you want to live as a warrior, or if you want to follow a different path. And you got even more confused after playing the role of priestess at the New Year's festival, didn't you?
The role of priestess. The duty from our ancestors.
The mission of the Kruger is inherited by the priestess. Remember that when you make your decision.
I don't know. I just don't know. A warrior. A priestess. Which do I want? No, it's not about what I want. If I keep standing still, I won't ever become anything. That's not true, Fairy. You've already taken a number of steps forward. Can't you see that? Huh? And I don't just mean as a warrior. You came to the capital by yourself, helped so many people with their problems. And even if you haven't figured out which path to take, you've learned and grown so much along the way. So you see, you're not at a standstill. If anything, your willingness to stand still will help guide you to the path you want. Me standing still will help guide me?
Yeah, and don't let some old fart tell you what to do. It's your life, so you get to choose how to live it.
That's right. Everyone has something weighing on them. Myself included. But you can overcome yours. And doing so will help you grow and move forward in your life.
If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. We all have each other's backs. That's the reason we've come this far, isn't it?
I was with you all.
That's right. Your worries and your way of life. It's all yours. Don't leave it in someone else's hands. Now, come back to us. Ferida.
Fairy!
The corrosion is getting stronger?
A giant bird!
That's the Falcon of the Sun from Krugen Legends. The corrosion must have recreated it from her warped perception.
I must defeat the enemy and avenge her! Arusha, grant me your protection!
Damn it! We were so close! Small Fry's being stubborn as hell. But when it comes to stubbornness, I've got her beat by a long shot!
We've almost gotten through to her, guys. Just a little more.
Right. We'll save you, Fairy, no matter what. And yes, everyone. Fairy, are you all right?
I very much doubt she is.
That damn corrosion just won't let her go!
Her case is clearly worse than the one from yesterday. I don't understand why it hasn't gone away.
No.
It must be in the final stages.
Get a hold of yourself, Ferida!
What am I supposed to do?
You gotta be kidding me. You seriously still stressing about that?
That voice!
No way.
Ida! You're...
Oh yeah, you guys told me about her.
Oh, so this is the woman who was like a sister to her. She must be a recreation from the innermost part of her psyche.
That's some wild stuff right there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly the real deal, sorry to say. Guess a little piece of me found its way inside you. Huh, Fairy?
see you again. I just wish you weren't seeing me like this. I failed to grant your final wish, and now I can't do anything right. I am so pathetic.
That isn't true at all, and you know it. I know I told you to finish me off, but I never should have done that. That's probably what caused you to lose sight of yourself in the first place.
That must have been the root cause of all this.
Probably so. Yeah.
That all said, I get it now. The fact that I'm here now just goes to show how very important that moment was to you. And that's okay. That experience made you more uncertain, but if anything, that and your compassion are what make you so strong. So keep that chin up and march on, little sis. I'll always be watching over you from here.
I see. To think that Fairy has been protecting something so important all this time.
Yeah. She's protecting each and every one of her experiences. Got them all locked up inside her.
They're all inside of me? Yes, that's right.
Remember, even if you're unsure at times, your compassion will help you move forward.
So, what's it gonna be, small fry? You still want to forget everything?
No, I don't. I'm gonna hold on to what's important to me. Then I'll never throw it all away. Ever again! That's why I'll fight with all my strength. I won't let this thing control me anymore!
Did she just...
Holy shit! She did it! She burned it to smithereens, just like her bro!
Now that's impressive. She might actually become as strong as him someday.
I'm so relieved. Now let's...
She was able to overcome it.
The space is falling apart! We have to leave immediately!
We've returned. Things were rather touch and go for a minute there.
Not wrong, but it was all worth it. Because we got our fairy back.
And thank goodness for that. But...
Huh?
I did so many horrible things. Why did I do all that? They're all my friends. And so are the people at Monmar. I even got Uppy and the Kruga involved. It's all right, Fairy. Everything is gonna be just fine. If you need to cry, then let it out.
And there go the waterworks.
Can you blame her? The corrosion may be gone, but the memories ain't going anywhere.
The same goes for me. I am truly sorry for all the problems I caused. Once again, please allow me to ask for your forgiveness.
You don't need to, it's not your fault. Please don't beat yourself up over this.
That's just great. Even after we got rid of the corrosion, it's still giving us grief.
Yes. It lingers like a shadow. Nothing could be more despicable. This only reaffirms how vital it is that we thwart the Garden Master.
I'm down for that. Day 4 might be a real doozy. Can't say I'm looking forward to it.
Regardless, we will take full responsibility for our actions. We will handle the aftermath of this incident and then promptly withdraw. The Vice Chief and I will see to everything ourselves.
You have my gratitude. In the meantime, the CID will be taking a closer look at this situation.
The floor is all yours. What you do from here is none of my concern. So go nuts. I'm curious whether your scheme will play out like you think it will. Should make for an interesting watch.
Something wrong?
Define wrong. If we totally forgot something fits the definition, then yeah.
Huh? Are you saying we overlooked something?
Who can say?
Are you allergic to straight answers or something?
You might be a beast in a fight, but you're still a giant pain in the... Huh?
Van?
Shh! You guys hear that?
No, don't think so.
Is that... Oh. We've got something coming from 2,000 Arj to the north. And that's not all.
Huh? The hell are you on about?
Gunshots! From the next district! What's going on?
That sounded like a tank. Why is something like that here?
It's no good. I can't connect to the orbital network.
There's no jamming at play. The servers must be down. Katra, can we get a visual?
Oh, yes, of course. Theo, do it!
Understood, Katra. Activating telephoto mode. Confirming source of gunfire.
What the hell is going on over there?
They're fighting in the city. But who's giving the orders?
Hey, Renee?
Can't get in touch with them, huh?
The emergency lines are down. The CID as a whole may be caught up in this. I must return to the President.
Mr. Arkwright!
No, this comes first! Get out of here, now! That's an order!
I can't believe it. How could I have done that to you guys?
So, you remembered what's supposed to go down on day 3, huh?
Yes, it's all coming back to me. I subjected you all to so much pain.
Stop right there! Don't blame yourselves, please. We know you didn't want to do those things. It wasn't your fault.
Our dear friend, the Garden Master, had you acting against your will. And even after we finally prevailed, he overturned it all that very same night.
We may need to rethink our approach.
Yep, back to the drawing board we go. Let's go over what we remember. Anything to keep us from reliving tomorrow. I think we've got this mostly figured out. The real head-scratcher is those last few moments at the end.
We finally got everything back to normal, and then the least normal thing goes and happens. I can't remember all the specifics, but I know there was fighting all over the capital. And then...
Those airships appeared to be from the Republican Army's Ix Alba series. If my memory serves, they were also suffering from the effects of the corrosion.
It would be best to assume that both the Guild and the CID have fallen prey to it as well. To think something so sinister was brewing in the wings.
Well, at least Fairy and Rosette are still their usual selves.
But that doesn't change the severity of the situation. How are we supposed to prevent this?
You got me. But there's one thing I know for sure. What we just witnessed was the worst-case scenario. If we let that happen tomorrow, everything we've done up till now will have been for nothing. And I ain't down for that, so I say we go on the offensive. We've recovered 5 Genesis, and at this point we pinned down the enemy's MO to a T. I think we can lay off the rewind stuff this time around. Let's end this cycle with our own hands.
Now you're talking!
I suppose we have relied on that power more than a few times.
Yes, we should have been dead already, but we've been saved by it time and time again.
That said, if we keep using it as our lifeline, we might go belly up when it's time for the final showdown.
That's true, so let's settle this with our own strength.
Fortunately, we are privy to what the future will bring, giving us the means to plan a preemptive strike.
That's a good point. We can make the most of the information we've gathered.
There has to be some way to overcome this nightmare. And we're gonna find it!
If we are searching for an opening of some kind, the corrosion may be our best bet. Based on what we've learned so far, We can surmise it's not some all-powerful, unconquerable force.
The search in Block B, Data Depth 3, Code Omega, has turned up nothing. There are no discrepancies in the data continuity over the 5-hour period. All clear.
I'm on Block U, Data Depth 2 now. I've compared the data changes over the timescale, so I'm now executing the code to switch to the theoretical model. Okay, data continuity is within expected parameters, so we're clear. Moving on to the next block.
There have been no inconsistencies with the data continuity on my end either. I propose we skip past Block L for now and turn our attention to Block N. There's quite a lot of data here, so let's split it up among the three of us. We can start with Data Depth 4.
Understood. I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. I've learned how to control this power to some degree, and right now, we need to use every tool at our disposal. I've decided that I will put this power to good use. This is how I can help others in my own way.
Oh, it's you. If you're calling now, then that must mean...
Yep, it's just as we predicted. A couple of someones are already en route to your location. Looks like they're going to split up before they enter Old Town.
It's a repeat of last time, then.
Except we won't be ambushed by the Kruga or Marduk. 2 new groups have been sent in their stead. We won't be able to pinpoint the source before they get here. How should we proceed?
We'll handle them. Might be tough to duke it out in a residential area, but it should be easier than before. You guys catch all that?
Loud and clear. Leave this side to me.
Time to serve up a good old platter of payback.
I can keep them at bay for as long as you need. We're counting on you to find the source of the corrosion.
Nothing like a good morning stretch to start my day.
Wow, they sure didn't waste any time getting here. Wait, I swear I've seen those uniforms before.
They're the Scorpions of Zahat, a Jaeger group from the Central East. They must have been corroded in place of the Kruga.
What, did they think they could beat us with a bunch of second-string shitheads? They're gonna feel really damn silly after this. Alright, activating soundproofing field!
That's what Reset showed us earlier. Looks like it works.
Now we can cut loose without worrying about any noise complaints. Let's kick their asses, Fairy!
Right! Backup's arrived! There's 6 more now!
They're making it really damn hard to thin out their numbers. Might have bit off more than we can chew.
Then allow me to lend a hand.
Thanks for the assist. Let me guess, you already mopped up the fodder in your area?
Of course. The other shinobi are holding their positions. I was once consumed by the corrosion. That is why I'm determined to eradicate it. By any means necessary.
Same here! We'll destroy it together!
Sounds like they've already begun fighting. Then I suppose it's time I got started too.
Mind if I join the party?
Oh, of course not. The more the merrier. I've been wanting another chance to see your sword skills up close.
I could say the same to you. Plus, it's not every day that I get to fight back to back with the famous Beauty's blade. No way was I gonna pass that up.